Hey guys, so over the years, I've been asked a lot of questions about starting a YouTube channel and what kind of got me into it. So I want to answer some of those questions during this video. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a while and tell you guys about how it is starting your own YouTube channel. So let's get right into it. So, before I started the YouTube channel, as you guys know, I was a guest on the Metal Jesus channel, and I enjoyed doing that. I was always kind of nervous to do my own channel because I didn't want to be all in the camera all the time. You know, everybody seeing me all the time. I just didn't want to get like boring or whatever. So it took a couple years actually for people to actually talk me into doing my own channel, and I finally started doing it gradually. I started with minimal videos, just testing out, like breaking the seal was one of my first videos, and then I started doing pickups video, and then I didn't decide to step it up until like maybe a year ago. Now, for anybody who wants to start a YouTube channel, these are the things you need to know about it. First of all, depending on what your content is, if you're going to be on the camera a lot, you want to have good lighting. You know, it's not necessarily all about the camera you have. I mean, a good camera does help, but if you don't have good lighting in your apartment or wherever you're at, I mean, it's just, the video might look bad. As you've seen in my older videos, my apartment is old school from the 70s, so there's old lights around here that don't really light up the place. So I had a friend help me out with a light, and that's helped me out somewhat with my videos, so with the lighting and everything. But that's very important that you need to know. Also, I want to let you guys know is that I'm still doing all these videos on my iPhone, editing and doing all that stuff. I'm still learning how to do the computer. I'm edit on the computer right now. I'm just teaching myself. But during the meantime, until I get really good at that, I'm still doing editing on my phone. I'll go into that a little bit later. So depending on what kind of content you're going to be doing on your channel, you want to be consistent. You know, you want to let the people know when you're going to do your videos, and you want to you don't have to do, well, if you don't do everything professionally at first, you want to gradually move on to being more professional with your videos. Take for instance, like when you see people doing a pickups video for their games or whatnot, they'll grab the game and then they'll show it to the camera, and that's cool at first, but you can only do that so much without it getting boring, because people want to see footage with the stuff you're showing. That's why now that I've done it, I always show footage with the games I'm showing off. You know, if the game is not that great, I might not show footage for it, but most of the time I'm showing footage of that game being played. You don't want to take a step back after doing that. Once you step up your game in your videos, you want to keep going forward, with better quality and how you're going to do your videos. So what I'm saying basically is, if you're doing videos, if you're showing footage, you don't want to start doing videos and not showing the footage that you've shown before in other videos. So you have to either stay on a level or keep stepping your game up and doing your videos. So if you're looking to do YouTube as a career, you can do it. It's possible. Some people may say, it's impossible, man. If you're doing this as a career, you're crazy. No, it's not possible, like impossible at all. It's just, it's tough, and you gotta make sure you're consistent with what you do. A lot of people, what they've done with their YouTube channels, because some people like to have it as a part-time job or maybe even a full-time job, the Patreons kind of stuff will help you out with your channel. So that's where that comes in. But now YouTube has it where you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and I can't remember how many views or hours of views you're supposed to have before you're signed up with their contract, where you're kind of like a YouTube partner. I can't remember all the details. I'm sorry. Most of you guys know what I'm talking about. But so pretty much you want to have all that squared away. So basically how it works is that YouTube, you want to have so YouTube basically, they'll promote your videos if you monetize them. So to get to monetizing points, you have to do the previous steps I said, have 1,000 viewers and so on, many hours of views. Once you get into that program, you're good. You can start monetizing your videos, and by monetizing your videos, you're making YouTube money, so they'll promote your videos more. That's how it usually works. You also want to, when it comes to your content, you want to have content. So you say, for example, my channel is a gaming channel. I talk about games. Even though I talk about games, I like to mix it up so it doesn't get boring. You know, I'll talk about UFC stuff or stuff that's going on in the world as well. You always want to kind of change it up in your videos. You don't always want to have the same type of video, because like, say for instance, if I just always did PlayStation stuff only, just PlayStation, if I did something like Sega Genesis, you guys would look at me like I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Like, say, hey, go back to doing the PlayStation stuff. That's what we're here for. So I always mix it up so it doesn't get boring, because I see other channels that don't just do the same thing over and over again, and I actually get bored and I'm like, I just stop watching. So starting a YouTube channel, you always want to have a secondary type of thing to talk about, just to kind of mix things up, you know. That way you get a break from what you've been doing, because I mean, honestly, talk about video games all the time, you know, it can be tiring. You know what I mean? That's why I like to talk about UFC and things like that. You know, that's fresh. You know, it keeps my mind in the game as well. So when it comes to putting yourself on camera, and if you're going to be one of those folks that's going to be on camera or doing your videos, it could be weird, like talking to the camera. It kind of like you might be nervous or whatnot. Just look at the camera like it's another person, like it's a friend you're talking to. Once you get used to that, it becomes easy. That's what I learned from being on Jason's channel. And always, this is a problem I still have to this day. But when I'm talking and doing these videos, and you're doing a video, make sure you're looking at the camera lens. And if you have one of those face cameras where you can see yourself on camera, do not look at yourself on camera. Always look at the lens. That way, you're looking at the people. I know I still have trouble doing that, but it's just good advice to give to someone who might not be as bad as I am when it comes to doing that. I'm always looking around, and that's just the way I talk, but like, it's just hard for me to focus on the camera sometimes, because I always I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, that's another tip for you guys. And also, doing a YouTube channel, you want to make sure that your audience knows when you're going to do videos. You know, you want to kind of promote that. You know, let's say you're going to do maybe one video once a week or whatever. Let them know what day and time you're going to do that video so they can tune in. Because you don't want your audience to lose track of what you're doing, because what YouTube has done, it seems like, that they've taken the option of so when you used to be able to sign up to someone's channel, the notification bell used to be automatic because people were subscribing, so the notification bell would come on. Now YouTube's made it the other way around, where you subscribe to somebody, you have to click the notification bell as well, and sometimes that's too hard for some folks, you know what I mean? They forget or whatever. So sometimes people don't see all your content, you know, that you're doing. So that's important to kind of let people know to hit the notification bell as well. Early in my day, I mean, I used to have a lot more people watching the channel, but then that notification wasn't coming on, so I had to remind them that they put the notification on, because YouTube took it down as well. Also, too, you want to, when it comes to doing your videos, you have to. Sorry, I forgot where I was going to go with this. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, so one of the main focuses I wanted to talk about in this video was, you know, as I'm a gaming channel, and I do retro games. I want to tell you guys that I think the best way to capture footage for retro games, if you're going to capture footage for your games, I really truly think the Retron 5 is. Now I know I may get a lot of flack for this. You know, I'm not trying to review this system. You know, honestly, I felt the Retron should have been. Well, first of all, with the price point with the system, they should have tossed that crappy controller and just charged $100 for this thing, because the controller costs $40. That would have took some of the cost away. Well, at least in my opinion. But the reason I got the Retron 5 is because it was the one at the time. It was the only system that could capture Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games in like high quality footage. So it was easy to plug in a Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance game with the system and just kind of use those filters and all that good stuff. It's just easy. It's a 5-in-1 system. I mean, you could capture so many retro games on the system, and plus there's the adapter for the Game Gear games, which in the Master System games, so that opens up even more access to games. So pretty much it's like a 7-in-1 system. So having that plugged in, it's way easy to capture footage with this system, and that's what I like about it. It also was cool because one thing about the Retron 5 a lot of people don't know is that when people create fan translation patches for games, you could apply those to the SD card, and if you have the original Japanese version game that's in Japanese or whatever, if you have that English patch on the SD card, you can play your games in English, which is just badass. You know, I'm playing Lunar, the Magic School on Game Gear in English. You know that's awesome in other games. So that's one thing that's really impressive about the Retron 5, and that's pretty much what sold it for me. I said, I gotta get it. So I'm not trying to do a review on the Retron 5, but I'm just kind of pointing out some good points about the system that I like. You know, I know a lot of people might have some faults for the system or whatever, but you know, I found one way that it's usable for me, and I've had it for a while now, so it's still working. So that's good. That's a good thing. But anyways, guys, hopefully I pointed out some good tips to you guys for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think, and also too, guys, I have a bunch of videos planned for the channel. So let me know if there's any recommendations or stuff you'd like me to talk about. I know everybody wants me to do hidden gems, but I don't want to do too many at once because, you know, it's just too many videos me doing hidden gems, and then of course I don't want to get blamed for raising prices like I'm getting profit from that or something. But anyways, guys, yeah, hit me up in the comments. I'll be chatting the first couple hours of the video. Well, no, I'll be asleep actually, so because it's actually it's 4:30 in the morning right now. I've been watching my show Eureka. I'm catching up on it. I'm on the 5th season, so I'm not tired, but I should be going to sleep because I got to get up early. Well, I got to go out with some friends tomorrow. So anyways, guys, Radical Reggie, and I will see you later. Also, I almost forgot, guys, if you want to purchase the Retron 5, I'll leave a link in the description below. You also have the code that you can use for a discount, Radical Reggie, if you want to use that. So anyways, guys, I'm out of here for good this time. I'm going to bed. Later.